This experience isn't my own, but it was actually overheard by someone that I know of quite well. They had originally mentioned it to me a fair amount of time ago. The story went that there was an influential family who owned real estate, business, and assets. Their family name was well known throughout the region of the city in which they lived in. As the family only had one son, his whole life he was groomed to take over the assets of the family and became the main force behind the family's business ventures as well as decisions. But due to him being the only son and pressure to do as much for the family as possible, he wasn't happy at all, not being able to live the life he wanted to. Everything was taken care of for him. He never had to worry about food or shelter or anything of the sort. As a result, he became overweight and visually unappealing to women. But he actually met a woman through circumstances and she later loved him for who he was. They had a respectful and hard-working daughter-in-law and two granddaughters to carry on the family name for the next generation. Years passed and his daughters went to a fine school and they were in their pre-teen years. He and his wife were getting along well and the family businesses were under good leadership by him. From what details I had heard, what changed was a single challenge told to him by an underling who had worked at one of his parents' businesses. He was later challenged to try and lose weight within a specific amount of time, to which he accepted the challenge. Not only did he complete the challenge sooner than expected, he looked reasonably good as a fit man, and as a result of being in better shape, his self-esteem and confidence grew, and naturally he started to meet new people, and tragically engage in many affairs with other women. His loyal wife didn't know about it at first, but eventually she learned of details. And though she remained loyal to him, it broke her heart. His parents were also upset because the life that he had was self-sustaining, and the fact that he was having all of these expensive affairs. His parents didn't like any of the money being spent in such reckless ways. During this time, he tried to reconcile with his wife, but it was hard. He didn't want to be held down by her and his two daughters, from what I was told. Due to him spending years of his life to take care of them and raising them, he didn't exactly feel obligated to be taking care of them no more. It was during this chaotic time that he met a woman. Originally just another affair of his, but she was smarter or more devious than the others. She knew how rich he was due to his family as well as his connections with their businesses, and as usual he enjoyed the fling with her, but he felt increasingly guilty about not being there for his two daughters and his loyal wife. His loyal wife was even pregnant with a third child and had recently given birth. His loyal wife had hoped the third child would be what brought them back together, as he decided that he was going to break off the affair with this mistress and become a family man once more. From what I was told, the mistress supposedly found out about this and schemed a way to keep him on the comfortable lifestyle that he offered her for the rest of her life. She intentionally stopped taking contraception before he broke off their relationship and naturally became pregnant. Once word had spread that she did such to keep him, and more importantly keep his money, his family was furious, as the mistress later gave birth to twin boys. Despite the fact that he now had sons, his parents preferred the daughters more, as the twin boys were considered illegitimate and the product of an affair. But it was known that the mistress would fight to make sure that her illegitimate sons would have assets from the influential family. The mistress even convinced him to live with her and essentially abandon his loyal wife and three daughters. His family was so well off that they easily bought a house for the loyal wife and daughters to live within, as he now lived with his mistress and his illegitimate sons. Whatever happens to the family in the future is uncertain, and due to the legitimate and illegitimate children, the legacy of the family is complicated and possibly uncertain. The people in the know about all these details, and they can't help but feel sad for the once loyal wife and angry towards the mistress for destroying the life that they had. One thing's for sure, nothing would ever be the same with that family ever again.